This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, a young local surfer is putting Dunedin and New Zealand on the map. Was the ancient killer walrus really a marine mammal eater after all? And students find a way to pay it forward whilst getting their caffeine hit on campus. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Holly Buchanan. A young Dunedin surfer is heading to the Junior World Championships in Portugal, where he'll represent the country. He's the first local to be selected for the New Zealand team in more than a decade, and he's honing his onboard skills for the challenge.
Letting his tail fins do the talking. 16-year-old surfer Elliot Brown is in some ways a typical teenager, but not so when he's in the water. He's been surfing most of his life, and all the practice is paying off.
I'm so stoked to be able to go to the World Champs. It's like first time sort of doing competitions and stuff like this, and yeah, it's going to be quite an honour to represent New Zealand at the Worlds.
The trip isn't cheap, at around $6,000. Although Brown's got board and clothing sponsors. He says he generally prefers carving to getting air while surfing, but he's experimenting with his style ahead of the global tournament in September.
Lately I've been trying a lot of airs and trying to get up into the sky and do big things like that, which I kind of struggled with before, and I'm starting to get them down. I probably wouldn't try them in a competition yet, but yeah, definitely trying heaps of them and new stuff.
It'll be a long way from the safety of St Clair to the Junior World Champs in Portugal, but the King's High School pupil is amping for the opportunity. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
The government is extending the Commissioner's rule over the Southern District Health Board. The organisation has been under the management of a Commissioner and 3 deputies since last June. That came after Health Minister Jonathan Coleman sacked the governing board in relation to severe ongoing financial problems. Now the Minister's extended the Commissioner's term until 2019. It's expected a new government's board will be voted in then during local body elections. Coleman says financial stability at the SDHB is a long way off, and the Commissioner-led team needs more time to implement solutions. A University of Otago researcher is dispelling notions about an ancient marine mammal and its eating habits. She's found that a so-called killer walrus wasn't as lethal as first thought, and her work is paving the way for scientists worldwide.
Putting teeth under the microscope, this University of Otago researcher is analysing the properties of dental specimens from sea lions. She's used them in comparing the fossilised teeth of an ancient killer walrus, originally thought to have devoured other marine mammals.
And we found they have very similar enamel structures, so we thought that they were not really capable of eating those animals. So they were probably eating fish and squid as modern fur seals and sea lions do.
Dr. Locke says it's the first time scanning electron microscopy has been used to study the enamel of fossilised walrus teeth and those of modern fur seals and sea lions. The crossover between dentistry and biology is set to enhance scientific research going forward.
Quite relevant for biologists, for paleontologists and archaeologists to be using those techniques, and that's what I try to do in my study. And I guess that opens up a can of worms, really, of more studies with other animals that haven't been studied before.
The Otago team of scientists used an ancient walrus fossil from California for the project, which has since been sent back. Dr. Locke's looking forward to seeing how the research influences that of other academics worldwide, considering it's broken new ground.
Every single person doing similar studies will have to refer to our work So it's really important for Otago to be putting their name out there. And I think it's quite relevant for us to be using techniques from dentistry in other fields.
The first research to cast doubt on the killer walrus theory was published in 2013, and this latest local work bolsters the case. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
And local planning hearings involving more than 800 submitters are expected to run until late February next year. The Dunedin City Council hearings began yesterday and will be staged over the next 10 months. They're for the Council's proposed second-generation district plan involving land use, zoning, natural hazards and other development topics. About 1,500 submissions were lodged by individuals and organisations on the draft plan when it was made public last year. Almost 900 are scheduled to speak to their submissions during the hearings. They're being chaired by an independent commissioner. Tertiary students are involving themselves in fair trade while getting their caffeine fix. They've been paying it forward when buying coffee on campus, and it's all to raise awareness of those less fortunate.
Paying forward on a takeaway coffee. Otago University Students Association President Laura Harris has been getting behind the Pay Fair Trade Forward Day on campus,
which is to encourage awareness of fair trade coffee and the participating cafes that use it.
8 outlets in and around the city's tertiary area have been participating in today's campaign. Students and staff buying coffee for themselves have been paying for extras to be enjoyed by future customers.
As far as we can tell, a lot of the cafes are really having good service, and people are really engaging and asking a lot of questions about the campaign.
It's been run in conjunction with the P3 Foundation, which is a national youth movement working to eradicate poverty. The group originally started Pay Fair Trade Forward in New Zealand in 2011 and last held it nationally in 2013.
We're trying to achieve a recognition around the fair trade brand and what it means for a cafe to engage in that brand, and support developing countries and the people who work in the coffee industry.
She says with so many people on campus regularly indulging in coffee, the concept is a perfect blend. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we find out what it's really like being a school board of trustees member and how did a well-travelled European family rate their visit to Dunedin.
Dog with Two Tails Cafe and Bar on Moray Place. Proud supporters of New Zealand Music Month, May 2016.
Hi, this time of year we like to keep our customers warm and comfortable, and we sell a lot of moleskins and we've got them all on special. Check out these, Tussock Creep, 2 weights and they're a great price. We also sell Lee stretch moleskins, 5 different colours, short and regular. Great buying, moleskins, Alex Campbell Menswear, 3 stores.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
New Zealand Beeswax Limited are the quintessential beeswax, woodwear and beekeeping suppliers. From the amateur beekeeper to the commercial operator, New Zealand Beeswax Limited has the quantity to meet your needs. For great prices, great service New Zealand-wide, contact New Zealand Beeswax Limited on 03 693 9189 or visit www.beeswax.co.nz. For professional, reliable and approachable service where your dream kitchen design can become an affordable reality, contact the team at Kitchens for Less. Call 455 9973 or visit us online.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
It's on again. The Star Regent 24-hour book sale starts noon 10th of June. Don't miss out!
It has no arms, no legs, has a drill in its mouth up to 8 hours a day and still never complains. It's one of 72 mannequin torsos in our new $3.8 million dental simulation lab. The first and only facility of its kind in New Zealand. My name is Nikki Rose Coltolaro, and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
We're a 25 Moray Place, Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Pregnant, need to talk, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Welcome back. Vegetable lovers are paying a higher price for staple items like tomatoes and avocados. Food prices overall have increased by 0.5% in the last year, led by more expensive fresh produce. The cost of fruit and vegetables is up 8.9% in total. Tomatoes have almost doubled in price compared to a year ago, and the cost of avocados has more than doubled to the highest level since July 2005. But some grocery items are cheaper, including milk, yoghurt, fish and poultry. Beef prices have also eased from a record high in March. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The Dow Jones is up 9 points and all other major indices are down. And to the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is up against the Australian dollar and down against the other currencies we follow. Nominations are now open for the Triennial School Board of Trustees elections. Brockville School Board of Trustees Chairwoman Rosalie Filiti-Ivala is here to tell us about what the job entails. Good evening.
Hi.
How long have you been a Board of Trustees member?
These elections mark the end of my 3-year term.
Great. And what attracted you to the role?
I initially wanted to be involved a lot more than just interacting with the teachers that were teaching my children. I wanted to have more of a relationship with the school, and so I put myself forward.
How much time does it take up?
I think it varies. Initially when I first joined the board, I probably was very relaxed and didn't do very much at all. And then upskilling myself, probably for a new board member, about five hours a month, and with a bit more experience, anywhere up to 10.
And what are some of the other main challenges?
I think one of the biggest challenges that a lot of schools face, and I know our school faced, is that change of board. It's really up to the community who they choose, and if you don't have that continuity on the board, it can create gaps, yet the school has got to continue to run.
Tell us about some of the other things that board members deal with.
So you're the employer, so you're responsible for ensuring that there's a good person at the helm, and that's the school principal. You're responsible for making sure that things like the health and safety policies are up to date, that all policies are up to date, so that the school can run efficiently.
And what have been some of the highlights for you?
I think one of the highlights for me was being part of employing our current principal. It was certainly a journey. Most of us were brand new to the role, and we had to learn very quickly of what we had to do.
What traits are useful for board members?
I think you have to be an open-minded person, you have to be someone who's very inquisitive, because if you're not familiar with schools, like I still am, I think, you've just got to be able to be comfortable to ask question after question after question. Yeah.
And what can people who are interested in being involved, how can they become more involved in being a member?
Okay, so if you've got a child enrolled at a primary school, or even I think a secondary school, the nominations have already been sent out. So if you're interested in becoming a Board of Trustee member, then get in contact with your school, talk to other trustees and find someone to nominate you.
How are the elections run?
So it's run by ballot. So if you're interested, the nominations, they close at noon on May the 20th, and then the list of nominations go out to all people who can vote, and then they submit their votes, and then there's a vote count. Yeah.
What advice would you give to new board members?
I think, you know, if you're really keen to get involved in your school community, by all means put your name forward, but be prepared to do lots and lots of reading and ask lots and lots of questions so that you're comfortable making the best decisions that you can for your children, as well as all the children at the school, and most of all for your community.
Rosalie, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, a globe-trotting family are showcasing Dunedin on the world scene. And how safe do you feel in the city centre at night?
Sir Bob Charles, New Zealand's greatest golfer and still going strong.
I'm sure that Sportsville was a contributing factor to my success, and I'll continue to use it.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville, a product so good he puts his name to it.
Well, I believe Sportsville helps maintain your quality of life.
Now being used by active men and women globally to support strength and mobility.
Works for me.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville in the new all-black pack. Call now for the Sportsville special, 0800 502 402.
Finding that your grass seed just won't grow? Ready Lawn has the perfect solution for all those lawn woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 486 1819.
128 tracks, dynamic automation, dual faders, and totally digital. This is state-of-the-art music production. The SSL Digital Console. You'll find one in the BBC studios in London, another at CBS studios in New York, and now one at the University of Otago. It's a good reason why our sound now sounds even better. My name is Maddie Parkins Craig, and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility Scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers, free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 King Edward Street, opposite Westpac.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Ecrotech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 11 7766.
Hi, this time of year we like to keep our customers warm and comfortable, and we sell a lot of moleskins and we've got them all on special. Check out these, tussock crepe, 2 weights and they're a great price. We also sell Lee stretch moleskins, 5 different colours, short and regular. Great buy, moleskins, Alex Campbell Menswear, 3 stores.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Dog with Two Tails Cafe and Bar on Moray Place. Proud supporters of New Zealand Music Month May 2016.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times. The Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
A European family is travelling the world in a unique way, stopping off in Dunedin to see the sights. The adventurers are also documenting their experience for an internet series, and that means local attractions are being showcased globally.
Scooting around the world. These 3 travellers have been trotting the globe for more than 4 months on a less than conventional mode of transport. They say being on push scooters helps with opening doors and meeting locals.
And what we didn't anticipate was that actually people in Asia, which most of the time they don't know anything about scooters, push scooters, they're very curious about it, they're surprised, and then they come to us and they come to speak, and then we can exchange whether they have kids or not kids, like we've been speaking with parents, of course, but monks, minorities in Vietnam, people in a rural village along the Mekong, people in India, sellers like shopkeepers in India. We've been racing with them with the scooters.
Odile, her husband Sean Collins and their 6-year-old daughter Enya aren't always on their scooters, but they say it's their preferred method of getting around.
Every time we have a flat place to go, like seal roads or flat enough, then we're using the scooters, because that's the best way to travel. It's quick, but not too quick, because you can stop, meet the locals, stop for filming, stop for talking, for anything.
Collins says they haven't had any really scary moments during their time on the road, which he puts down to having a positive attitude.
It depends on your character. As you travel, you learn to go with the flow. You learn to adapt. That's one of the greatest things about travel, about teaching children when you travel, is to adapt, to not get excited when something happens, that everything will be all right. You just calm down and manage things.
The family's based in France, and they're leaving Otipoti Dunedin in the next few days to go to the North Island. The family is documenting their travels via their website, thekidtrotter.com, with episodes on their YouTube channel, as well as Facebook and Instagram. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
New data shows Dunedin CBD has a high rate of assaults and robberies in relation to the population. In one respect, it's the 4th worst area of its kind in the country for assaults, sexual assaults and robberies in public places. So this week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asked, do you feel safe in the city centre at night? 34% said yes, and a majority 66% said no. A baby girl is recovering from facial injuries after she was bitten by the family Jack Russell Terrier early this week. The incident happened on Wednesday afternoon at the family's Tainui home, and the girl's parents are having the dog euthanised. So next week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asks, should dogs that bite people be put down? You can vote at our website, dunedintv.co.nz. And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. A King's High School pupil is preparing to represent New Zealand at the World Junior Surfing Championships in Portugal in September. A local dentistry researcher is breaking new ground and dispelling theories about an ancient killer walrus eating other mammals. And tertiary students have been paying it forward while buying coffee to raise awareness of fair trade and ethical consumerism. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig.
Welcome, thank you. Yeah, we've got a lovely story with a graduation story, double graduation tomorrow, of course, with Claire French, who's graduating with medical qualifications. But last year she was in Tanzania doing some work in a hospital there and was attacked while on the street with some machete-wielding robbers. She was robbed, but she almost lost her hand as well in the attack. And Fortunately, after several surgeries, she's back on deck, and we're there tomorrow to graduate, so that's a nice story. There's also some relief in sight for local councils in their battle against Freedom Campers. The government announced today it was giving $12 million for small infrastructure projects. That's going to mainly be used for public toilets and some of those Freedom Camping hotspots. Council's also been asked to contribute, but it'll be a bit of relief because some of those sites have really been left in terrible states. It's the weekend mix as well on Saturday, and we're looking at working in your 50s. Fortunately, we've got a few years to go, but just looking at how easy it is to get back into the workforce once you hit your 50s, and there's some interesting statistics there. And of course, the Big Crusaders Highlanders match tonight as well, 23,000 plus there, and we'll have all that coverage in tomorrow's paper.
Craig, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And time now for a look at local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
Starting with today's city view, taken from Caversham, overlooking the harbour. Around the city today, a high of 16 degrees was recorded at the central city and the gardens, and 17 on the Taieri. Looking at the situation, a strong westerly blew over New Zealand today, and a cool westerly will continue over the weekend. To the forecast for the main towns in the lower South Island for tomorrow. In Invercargill and Gore, strong westerlies, showers and 11. Same for Te Anau, but 1 degree cooler at 10 degrees. And a risk of showers in Alexandra. And there's a risk of showers for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, all reaching a cool 12 to 13 degrees. Here in Dunedin tonight, gusty nor'westers with an overnight low of 7 degrees. Tomorrow it'll be mostly fine, but some showers off the western ranges at times. A high of 12 and a low of 6. And on Sunday, similar conditions and a high of 11, a low of 5. And finally to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow morning is at 10:24 a.m. and low tide on Sunday is at 5:55 p.m. And fishing conditions are good on Saturday, best at 6:53 a.m. And that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News for this week. We'll leave you now with the shots of the week that was, and we'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.